The people of Buffalo, New York don't scare easily. President McKinley was assassinated there in 1901, and they moved on. They have loved their Buffalo Bills from the good years through the bad years, and now that they're good again, they have given the world not only Tim Russert, but also Wolf Blitzer. And while Buffalo is a tough town, they may have finally met their match. A relentless snowstorm has dropped nearly 6 feet of snow, coming right in off the lake, with upwards of 2 more feet on the way. Daily life has simply come to a halt for many across a big area, and the storm has already cost several lives. It is officially a state of emergency tonight across a whole region. It's where we begin our coverage tonight with NBC's Lester Holt. Lester, good evening.
Brian, good evening. It's a jaw-dropping amount of snow. People can't get in and out of their neighborhoods. Here in Cheektowaga, 65 inches have fallen. I can touch the top of a street sign here. And mind you, I'm not on top of the snow. I'm about knee-deep in it right now. As you said, it's been deadly. At least 7 deaths attributed to this storm. 132 miles of New York Thruway closed because of all this. The speed at which all this has come down simply caught a lot of people off guard. This powerful storm has paralyzed parts of the Buffalo area, immobilizing entire communities. People trapped in cars, trucks, and their homes. The relentless Arctic air dangerous for anyone who has to be outside. It started early yesterday as a giant wall of snow, dumping almost 6 feet in some parts. Looking down at the extreme conditions, a whiteout, backyards buried, homes under huge drifts. From the air, you really get a sense of the patchwork. Some areas barely got a dusting. Other neighborhoods appear to be just buried. Astonishing, even by Buffalo standards.
I've never seen anything like this. 36, been in Buffalo with some pretty good storms, and this is by far the worst.
100 people stranded on roads. Trucker Mick Brennan was on his way from Massachusetts to Ohio when his semi got stranded in the snow for more than 40 hours.
We use a bunk heater that we have inside the truck to keep warm. And then every now and then we have to start up the engine just to keep it warm, to keep it freezing up.
Police had to use snowmobiles to help when a fire truck got stuck. Today, the National Guard arrived and hundreds of plows were mobilized.
This is an extraordinarily difficult circumstance. We have had a loss of life. Let's hope that we don't have any more.
In and around Buffalo, many are snowbound at home.
That's our backyard.
Chris Hazard and her family spent the day sweeping up this mess. All that snow broke through the back door. They've had to get creative with the cleanup.
You can see is almost all the way to the top of where the top of the treadmill is, holding it in place.
We've been stuck here since Monday evening.
Jennifer Schramm and her family, including baby Evan, are snowed in and worried about their food supply.
We're trying to ration what we have because we only planned for 3 to 4 days at best. And they're saying the plows may not get to us until it starts to melt over the weekend.
This morning, the Niagara University women's basketball team was rescued after spending more than 24 hours stranded on the highway, rationing food and melting snow for water. Tonight, the call is out for workers to help shovel Buffalo's Ralph Wilson Football Stadium before the Bills play the Jets on Sunday. $10 an hour and free tickets to the game, if they can get there safely. The nature of this kind of snow, some places get hammered, a short place a while away, nothing. Give you an example, to the south of where we are, 65 inches. You go 7 miles away to the north, just 2 inches of snow, Brian, has fallen.
Lester, what an unbelievable scene there tonight. Lester Holt starting us off tonight. Thanks. We now want to go 16 miles to the south of where Lester is. Our meteorologist Dylan Dreyer is in Hamburg, New York, with more on this other big storm moving in tonight. Hey, Dylan, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Brian. The snow falling right now has nothing to do with lake effect. It's just a little disturbance moving through. But lake effect snow is such a fascinating phenomenon to produce this much snow in just 24 hours. Take a look at the radar from the height of the storm yesterday, where we saw these streamers come in and they pass over the same area for hours and hours and hours, producing snowfall rates at 4 inches per hour. But then a little shift in the wind and the whole thing lifts north. Now we are going to see tonight winds shift back to more of an onshore flow. It's going to turn on the lake effect snow machine once again. We are going to see it start around 11 o'clock tonight and last for about 18 hours, producing heavy snow. And where the streamers set up that produce the heaviest snow, we could see another 3 feet fall. And it looks like this area could be the area where we see the 3 feet, Brian.
Dylan Dreyer in Hamburg, New York for us tonight. Remains an incredible weather situation.